Okay, welcome everyone to the Wednesday, September 11th Caucus and Work Session of the Albany Common Council. Being that it's September 11th, I'd actually like to start this meeting saying the pledge and taking a moment of silence. So we'll stand for that. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. So what we'll do is, before getting into the agenda, we'll start off by hearing from our new addition to our staff, Ms. Alyssa Camara. We'll have you come up and just introduce yourself. She's joined us as our junior policy analyst.
Awesome, thank you. Hi, everybody. My name is Alyssa Camara. I'm very excited to be here today. I am a recent graduate from the University at Albany with a Bachelor of Science in Public Health and a BA in Economics. I'm incredibly passionate about the City of Albany as well as good policy. So I am really honored to be taking this position, and also looking forward to working with everyone here.
Thank you. Anyone have questions for her? We don't usually do. Okay. Thank you and welcome. Look forward to working with you. Okay. So also we have several folks here that are joining our Violence Prevention Task Force. So
actually, just Kelly, before that, do you mind if I say just a couple things about Alyssa, just to...
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So Alyssa is, she has an incredibly impressive resume, which I think we can definitely circulate around. She's done a lot of research and analysis. She's very interested in where public health kind of, to her, and she articulated it so beautifully, everything really comes back to public health, but she's also very interested in the connection between racial justice and public health. And she also has woven in the environment and economics, and has just a very diverse background that she's somehow woven into this beautiful cloth of research and intelligence. And she's been active in the UAlbany NAACP. She was head of her sorority. So she's not just a brilliant woman, but she's also been a leader every step of the way, and we were absolutely blown away by her. We're so excited that she is so dedicated to Albany, because that was another big piece that I know all of us care about. You could just tell how much she loves our city, and we are so thrilled that you're joining us, so thank you.
Thank you for that, Ms. Farrell. So moving on, we have two more additions to our Violence Prevention Task Force, which we will have. I don't have their names in front of me, so Ms. Hill, if you could.
We have Eric Thompson and Pastor Michael Williams.
You can just come through. You can come through here. Just a brief introduction, and maybe members may or may not have a question for you, but just introduce yourself.
Good evening. My name is Eric Thompson. I'm an outreach worker supervisor for 518 Snug, where we work to reduce gun violence by mediating conflicts with the highest risk individuals who are doing the shooting or being shot. Should I continue?
Nope.
I'm very grateful that this body exists and has allowed me the opportunity to make a difference in this community. I'm a father, an outreach worker, supervisor, a poet, an ex-gang member, but currently a national gang specialist. I often hear that the problem of gun violence is too big. You say it's too big. But in reality, what's too big is our inability to work together, to recognize that we one human family, to move beyond color and class and sex, to recognize that life is valuable, life is precious, and we only get one. So it's my job every day, no matter how overcoming, sometimes overwhelming, dealing with violence every day can be, I try to use that to fuel my passion to continue helping this community and hopefully create a model that can be used in other places.
Thank you. Anyone have questions? Okay.
Just
Mr.
a
Hall.
thank you. Thank
Yes,
you
thank
for stepping up. We really appreciate it.
Yes, yes.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Pastor. How you doing, sir?
Sorry, I had a long beard. Hello, everybody. I'm Pastor Michael Williams, work with the Albany Community Land Trust, Gun Violence Prevention Program. I am the coordinator of that gun violence prevention program. I've been doing it for over 24 months, and doing that job, I've learned there's a lot of great privileges of making a difference in our community. It made me fall in love with my community, no matter how bad it is. I found a way of trying to make it better by sharing a whole bunch of great opportunities with the community for the workforce development program, housing programs, and creating ways of trying to find better ways of community coming together. I wrote up something before I got here to try to make it sound really clear. So I believe that if we would work together effectively, community violence, to effectively address community violence and engage the community in the solution, I believe and propose a citywide meeting format that is both inclusive and engaging. The strategy includes hosting friendly community meetings with games and entertainment to encourage participation. In addition, I propose to focus on processing issues such as mental health, violence, poverty, and discrimination by sending out questionnaires to gather community input. I also emphasize the need to combat the influence of social media, drugs, poverty, and lack of housing and contributing to violence. To achieve this, I plan to unite prevention programs, clergy, stakeholders, faith leaders, and elected officials. Furthermore, the proposed highlight the importance of creating a strong community security team and providing recreation and educational facilities to redirect youth from crime to positive activities. I believe working together, we can make a huge difference in this community if we all just back up each other and bring all of our prevention programs, stakeholders, faith leaders, all together, and let's combat it together, and we should see a difference versus doing it individually. Pastor Michael Williams from Albany Community Land Trust, also with a new movement called Men on a Mission.
Thank you, sir.
Again, I want to thank you for stepping up. You know, there's a good vibe in the air lately, that the future is bright if we work together, and you've hit on all those points. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, and welcome. It's okay. Jumping into our agenda. So we'll have, I'll be offering for approval the minutes of the September 5th, 2024 meeting. Okay, and then we have no action in local laws or ordinances, so on to resolutions. Under resolutions, we have Resolution 102-9224R by Mr. Valloran. This resolution of the council authorizing the execution of a franchise agreement with Spectrum Northeast LLC. That's going to be a referral to the PEG ad hoc committee.
Kelly, do you want Sam to make a comment about that? Sam Parker's here
Okay.
on behalf of Spectrum.
You want to? Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sam Parker, Government Affairs Director for Spectrum Charter Communications, the parent company. Just a statement, I support the franchise agreement. We've worked with the Corp Council for over a year on this agreement. We believe it's a fair agreement and suggest you approve.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, next by Mr. Hoey, it's a resolution 103-9224. It's going to be a resolution appointing the members of the Violence Prevention Task Force, which it'll be a resolution from all the members of the council, but Mr. Hoey is as the head of public safety is listed, so we'll be voting on that and moving ahead with it. Just all the members or folks that we're placing on the Violence Prevention Task Force have been into our meetings and appeared before us. Next, by Mr. Balloran's Resolution 104-9224R. It's a resolution of the council recognizing the Hispanic Heritage Month and celebrating the heritage and culture of Latinos in the United States and the immense contributions of Latinos in the United States. Everyone sponsors on that? We all sponsors? We'll be voting on that. And then,
Kelly, do you mind?
yes.
Just as it relates to that resolution, I hope everyone has in their inbox a celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month from Ibado. That's this Saturday from 11 to 4. And if people don't have it, I can resend it to staff of a celebration of Hispanic heritage, food, dance, fun. I will make sure that if it's not in people's inboxes, it will be, but it'll be a really wonderful event, and hoping to have them and other wonderful organizations doing really great work be at the Monday Common Council meeting so we can honor them.
Yeah, thank you for that. And I received that flyer actually via email, so most members probably also did too, but thank you. So next and lastly, by Ms. Frederick, Resolution 105-9224R, is a resolution reappointing Stephen McLaughlin as a member of the Board of Assessment Review. That'll be a referral to Finance for further discussion, and that's it for our agenda this evening. Ms. Farrell, do you want to make mention of our leadership
Yes.
conversation?
So one of the things that I wanted to mention that the administration has been working on the solid waste management plan, and if there are any council members who would like to be part of the committee that's, they have been working on it, they're putting it together. So Megan Keegan, if you want to let me know, I can forward your name along to David, or you can reach out to David directly. David Gallen. So we are putting together some council members to be involved in that as well, if anybody's interested. So that was the major one. We talked a bit about the this year. They don't know what date is the 400th anniversary of Albany, and they are repainting the line of not the original Fort Orange, because that's where 787 is, but like, so not the 1619, but like the 1690, I'm not sure, but they're repainting that along with a walkable version because a lot of the line is underneath buildings. So there'll be actually two lines, one that you can walk around so you don't stop at a building and then wonder where to go next. But there's going to be a process for that, so stay tuned for more information about that, because it will be exciting to get council members and other people involved in such an important birthday. I've never personally celebrated a 400th birthday, so I'm looking forward to it. We also talked a bit about the school speed cameras. And just to kind of fill in on that, right now it is, so for the first month that the speed cameras are on, they issue warnings so that people are aware that they are there if they did not see the signs and the other things. This first month, every speed camera is turned on, you'll get a warning if you are speeding in that speed zone. There are signs up where they are. Currently, they are at Albany High, All Saints, and Eagle Point. They will be going on at Toast and Ash soon, and then they'll be sharing a listing of the other 15 places. So just a reminder that we were limited in the legislation with the number of school speed zones that we have, so we can only have 20. But that does cover a lot of our major schools. It doesn't, I guess technically all school zones are, even if you have like a small school, like a nursery school or something like that. It's a broad coverage that you wouldn't necessarily put up school speed zones with all of them, but I do believe our major ones will be there. There'll be a news release for each zone. They did put together a social media graphic that encourage everyone to share along. And so that is, I think a lot of us are very hopeful about that it will not only keep our schools safer, a reminder that the data in New York City is for their school speed zones is just really shows over 90% fewer accidents and pedestrian-related incidents in those school speed zones with the cameras. But also, hopefully, I know I am, and I believe Tom is as well, we're really hoping that it will help slow down the traffic on these major thoroughfares, where it's just very, very difficult to slow down the traffic. So the school speed zones not only will be keeping our schools safe, but will also hopefully be slowing down traffic. But please share the information as much as possible, because it is important to educate people that these are there, and along with reminding them that the speed limit for much of our city will be dropping down to 25 miles an hour in 2025. And then just a note that the franchise agreement, there will be a much more in-depth discussion when it goes to committee, and I believe that Spectrum and Corp Council is looking forward to talking about it and answering questions and all of those good things.
Mr. Hoey.
Yeah, I just want some good news for you, Jenny. I don't know if you noticed, we finally got the four-way stop at Chestnut and Main, and that was good.
Yeah, I was, that was many, many years of a lot of back and forth, so very, very thrilled that there's a lot of traffic things that will hopefully be shifting in a different direction, at least in my neighborhood, so.
Yeah. And I just got a question about the 400th anniversary. Do we know when the council started? Was it 400 years ago? Did it come after? Do we, is that something?
Tom, I don't know
Yeah.
I don't know the answer to that question, but I can certainly ask.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I would say that the answer to that question also depends on what you consider the council. There's probably certain colonial legislative bodies that were subject to the rule of the king. Is that the council? I don't know.
So, Mr. Johnson?
Oh, and just one quick thing. We will be putting together a resolution to celebrate the 400th anniversary as well.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you. So I would like to say thank you for bringing that point up about the school safety zones, and maybe Giffen didn't get consideration because we're not a major school, but was very disappointed that Giffen is left out with the traffic.
I don't know that it is. There's still 15 other schools that will be getting those.
I'm just saying, for what we live in every single day with traffic going up Rensselaer and traffic going South Pearl, I don't know of any other school in the city that has traffic flowing on 3 sides of it, and we live in this real time every day. So I was very disappointed not to see Giffen or any schools in the lower part of the city included in the announcement.
Yeah, the only one that was included in the announcement was Albany High. So that was the only school where that is the school that all the kids go to in the city. There's going to be 15 more, and they'll be sharing with us exactly where. Because I agree, if Giffen does not get a school speed zone, then that's a big problem. But we don't know, they'll be sharing with us exactly where they are.
Once again, I just voicing my disappointment because I supported, all schools being safe. And, when we listen to the conversation about red light cameras, I don't understand why it never comes up about traffic safety with APD. I'm just going to throw that out there and move on to the next point that I want to make, and it's about buildings and code and planning. The stop work off orders that are going on through this city are out of control, and I've said it before about the USDO. The rollout of the USDO, the way that it is being applied by certain individuals versus other people is causing an inconsistency throughout the city, and I find it hard to believe that my phone is the only phone that people are calling, voicing their concerns. And I'm just feeling like I'm hopeless and I'm helpless of people are calling and looking for support and looking for a solution to these problems that aren't getting smaller, they're getting larger. And we never, when they come in and they talk about it, we never follow up on it. When I bring it up, it's like this stuff is just growing and growing and growing. And I'm putting it on the record again that we need to look into actually what's going on and how we're getting to the same situation that people are getting stop work orders on things sometimes that aren't even in the USDO. And so if we don't do anything about it, it's going to continue to happen. And this is also contributing to why people are leaving our city. And like I said, I can't imagine that no one else is getting phone calls. It's up to us to be able to be the voice for the people that are being affected by this. And I would ask with some help, because it isn't, Mr. Glass and Mr. LaJoy, I have healthy relationship. This is not a personal thing, but if we're getting calls, if people are coming here and they're complaining about their concerns and we're not doing anything about them, we're not even considering them, I don't understand what this meeting is about sometimes. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Anything further? Anyone else? Okay. All right, we're adjourned. Thanks. Everyone have a good night.